PowderPro A1, Intelligent Powder Characteristics Tester Installation and Commission Video. Installation and Commission. Open the instrument package. Take out the filler and the instrument and accessories. Place them in order on the workbench. Then check the spare parts according to the packing list. Installing stock pan. Install the square stock pan on the platform base and tighten the screws. Note the correct installation direction of the base. Install the Wi-Fi antenna and tighten the screws. Connecting cables. Connect the instrument and balance power cords. Connect the balance serial cable. Connect one end of the serial cable to the serial interface of the balance, and the other end to the balance data interface on the back of the main device. Plug one end of the balance power cord into the balance power port, and plug the other end into the power socket. Plug one end of the main device power cord into the main device power port, and plug the other end into the power socket. The main device level status adjustment. Place the spirit bubble level on the center of the angle of the repose platform. Adjust the 4 bottom corner screws of the instrument until the bubble is in the level's central area. Then the instrument reaches a level state. Turn on the power of the main device, balance and tablet respectively. The indicator on the front of the instrument starts to flash after the power is on. When the indicator remains on, it means that Wi-Fi can be connected. Turn on the tablet and connect to the wireless network starting with PowderPro A1 including the instrument number. Checking the system status. Open the software. Enter the functions testing window. And check whether the functions of camera test, turn on background light, start vibrate etc. work normally. Test process. Create a database. Click New Test to create a database. Fill in the file name, sample name, operator and other information. Angle of repose and angle of fall measurement and calculation. Click Angle of Fall. Click Options. And set measure times, feeding speed, and feeding duration as required. Install stock pan platform C03 for angle of repose and angle of fall. Install platform C02 for angle of repose and angle of fall. Install funnel clip C12 onto feeding assembly. Click Start Measure, and click Start Feeding. Then use a sample spoon to drop the sample through a vibrating sieve and feeding funnel above the angle of repose platform and gradually form a powder cone. Stop feeding when a symmetrical sample powder cone is formed on the angle of repose platform and there is powder falling around the platform. Click Measure first to end the electromagnetic vibration. The system will automatically shoot an image and calculate the angle of repose and the angle of fall. Click Complete first, click Save, and click Quit to complete the angle of fall measurement. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Angle of difference measurement and calculation. Click Angle of difference. The results of angle of repose and angle of fall measured before will appear on the screen. Click Calculate and the system will automatically calculate the angle of difference. Click Save to save the results, and click Quit to complete the angle of difference calculation. Angle of spatula measurement and calculation. Click Angle of spatula and click Options. Set the measure times as required. Normally it repeats for 3 times. Install stock pan platform C03 for angle of spatula. Install sample platform of angle spatula C01. Place stacking assembly of angle of spatula C06. Click Start Measure. Click OK. And use a sample spoon to gently scatter the testing sample on the plate in the stock pan. The thickness of the powder buried on the plate must reach or exceed the edge of the stacking assembly. Note that when adding sample, keep the sample in a natural spreading state, and do not press or change the shape of the sample stack in the stock pan. Click Measure first. The system will automatically measure the angle before and after the shock impact, and automatically calculate the angle of the spatula. Click Complete first, click Save, and click Quit to complete the angle of spatula measurement. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Bulk density of non-metallic powder measurement and calculation. Click Bulk density. Click Non-metallic powder. Click Options. Set measure times, feeding speed, and feeding time as required. Install stock pan. Install density container C10. Install feed assembly C13 with funnel clip C12 on. Click Start Measure. Put the non-metallic powder bulk density container on the balance. Click Read Balance to read the net weight of the non-metallic powder bulk density container. Put it back in the stock pan. Click the Start Feeding. Use the sample spoon to slowly drop sample through the sieve and the funnel into the non-metallic powder bulk density container in the stock pan. And stop feeding when the sample fills the container and overflows. Click Stop Feeding. Scrape excess powder from the top of the container with a scraper. Take out the container, and use a brush to remove the sample adhered to the outer wall and place it on the balance. Click Read Balance to read the total weight and calculate the bulk density. Click Complete first, click Save, and click Quit to complete the non-metallic powder bulk density measurement. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Bulk density of metallic powder measurement and calculation. Click Bulk density. Click Metallic powder. Click Options. Set measure times, feeding speed, and feeding time as required. Install stock pan platform C03. Install metallic powder bulk density cylinder C16. Install feed assembly C13 with funnel clip C12 on. Click Start Measure. Put the metallic powder bulk density container on the balance. Click Read Balance to read the net weight of the metallic powder bulk density container. Put it back in the stock pan platform. Click Start Feeding and use the sample spoon to slowly drop sample through the sieve and the funnel into the metallic powder bulk density container in the stock pan. And stop feeding when the sample fills the container and overflows. Click Stop Feeding. Scrape excess powder from the top of the container with a scraper. Take out the container, and use a brush to remove the sample adhered to the outer wall and place it on the balance. Click Read Balance to read the total weight and calculate the bulk density. Click Complete first, click Save, and click Quit to complete the metallic powder bulk density test. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Tap density measurement and calculation fixed gravimetric method. According to Table 1, select the cylinder and the tested sample weight based on the sample bulk density. Weigh 100 grams sample on a balance. And pour the weighed sample into a cylinder. Click Tap Density. Click Fixed Gravimetric Method. Click Options. and set measure times, vibration frequency, vibration times, and sample quantity as required. Install tap density assembly C11 to the base. Install powder tap density cylinders C16 on top. Align the arrow on the guide post C11 with the line of the base. Click Start Measure and click Start Vibrate to start vibrating. During the vibration, if the surface of the powder in the cylinder keeps staying in a downward state, increase vibration times until the surface of the powder no longer drops. After the vibration is over, read the value of powder volume. Click Input Volume first, enter the powder volume, and click the Calculate. Click Complete first, click Save, and click Quit to complete the tap density measurement. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Tap density measurement and calculation fixed volumetric method. Click Tap density. Click Fixed volumetric method. Click Options. And set measure times, vibration frequency, vibration times as required. Click Start Measure. Place the empty container on the balance, and click Read Balance to read the net weight of the empty container. Install the extension tube on a 100 ml container. Add the sample to the cylinder. The amount of sample should be more than half the height of the extension tube, and then cover the lid to prevent the sample from splashing out when vibrating. Install the tap density cylinder assembly on the base, and then put the tap density assembly into the hole at the designated position. Click the Start Vibrate to start vibrating and stop vibrating when the pre-set vibration times reached. Take out the tap density assembly. Separate the 100 ml container from the extension tube. Scrape excess sample from the top of the 100 ml container with a scraper, and gently sweep the powder adhered to the outer wall of the container with a brush and place it on the balance. After clicking the Read Balance, the tap density result will be displayed. Click Complete first, click Save, and click Quit to complete the tap density measurement. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Compressibility measurement and calculation. After the bulk density and tap density are measured and saved, click the compressibility. Click the Calculate to calculate compressibility. Click Save and Quit to complete the calculation of compressibility. Dispersibility measurement and calculation. Click Dispersibility. Click Options. Set measure times and sample quantity as required. First weigh 10 grams sample and then add it to the sample funnel. Click Start Measure. Place the stock pan on the balance, and click Read Balance to read the net weight of the empty pan. Put the stock pan back into the positioning hole. Click Open Funnel Hole. The sample will instantly fall freely into the stock pan. Take out the stock pan and place it on the balance. Click Read Balance. Read the total weight. Automatically calculate the dispersibility. Click Complete first. Click Save. Click Quit to complete the dispersibility measurement and calculation. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Voidage measurement and calculation. The voidage measurement method is the same as the tap density measurement method, but the density of the powder must be known to calculate the voidage. Uniformity measurement and calculation. Click Uniformity. Enter the values of D60 and D10 measured by the laser particle size analyzer. Click Calculate to get the uniformity. Click Save and Quit to complete the uniformity measurement and calculation. Cohesion measurement and calculation. Click the cohesion to enter the cohesion measurement. Click Options. and set the vibration speed as required. Click Start Measure. The system will give the sieve specification options according to previous bulk and tap density results, and weigh the net weight of each sieve in sequence according to the operation process. Install the sieve and the stock pan after the measurement. Weigh 2 grams sample with a balance and pour them all on the top sieve. Software will automatically calculate the sieving time. Click Start Sieving to sieve. After the sieving, use the balance to weigh the total weight of the sample on each sieve. Click Calculate, click Save and Quit to complete the cohesion measurement. It is recommended to repeat the test for 3 times to calculate the average value. Flowability Index. The flowability index is the weighted sum of the angle of repose, compressibility, the angle of spatula, uniformity or cohesion, after the angle of repose, compression, the angle of spatula, uniformity or cohesion are measured. Click Flowability, and click Calculate to get the flowability index and flowability evaluation. Then click Save and Quit to complete flowability evaluation. Floodability Index. The floodability index is the weighted sum of the flowability index, the angle of fall, the angle of difference and dispersibility. After the angle of fall, the angle of difference, flowability index and dispersibility are measured. Click Floodability and click Calculate to get the floodability index and floodability evaluation. Then click Save and Quit to complete the floodability evaluation. Sieve Size Test. Click Sieve Size on the main interface, create a new database, enter the file name, sample name, operator, company, date and time and other parameters. Click Start Test. Select the corresponding sieve according to the sample size. Enter mesh size of each sieve in order. And click Next to enter the sample weight, sieving times, and sieving frequency. Click Next. Click Read Balance to weigh the net weight of the 7 sieves respectively. And then install the 7 sieves in sequence and put them into the designated position in the instrument. After weighing the sample, add it to the top sieve and cover the lid. Click Start Sieving to start sieving. After the sieving is completed, slowly remove each sieve. And weigh each on the balance in turn. Read the number. After reading the number, click Calculate to calculate the sieve size. Click Save and Quit to complete the sieve size test. Daily care and maintenance. Use a spirit bubble level to check the level status of the instrument regularly. After the sample measurement is completed, use a vacuum cleaner, brush or towel to clean up all used components such as the test cabinet, vibrating sieve, tap density assembly, dispersibility feeding port, dispersibility feeding funnel, and dispersibility stock pan. Rinse the components after the measurement, dry them up, and put them back into the spare parts box. Do not discard the components at will to prevent losing them. Regularly check the nylon head at the front end of the tap density assembly, and replace it in time if it is found to wear more than 1 mm. Precautions. 1. Strictly follow the steps and procedures in the manual to avoid malfunctions and dangers. 2. The sample used for the tap density measurement cannot be used for other measurements. 3. When measuring toxic and harmful samples, close the door of the test cabinet, wear a mask, and keep the laboratory ventilated. If it is required to measure toxic and harmful samples in long terms, please operate the instrument in a fume hood equipped with negative pressure ventilation system, and prevent the dust from floating and inhaling into the body.